Israel has actually said that they will continue their genocide no matter what Hamas does. This is from Huffington Post, a mainstream liberal outlet. Israeli government spokesman says the war, that's what they like to call their genocide, the war will continue even if all hostages are released. So here's yet another argument for any of those arguing with your friends, arguing with your family about whether Israel has a right to commit genocide, whether Israel is allowed 6 million mulligans and just murdering people in Gaza. Here's another point for your debate when they go, well, they like to say, if you want the genocide end, then Hamas should, or if you want the bombing to end, then Hamas should release the hostages and done. First of all, no proof Israel would stop bombing if the hostages were released. Secondly, Israel has said, as the article I'm showing on the screen has said, they will not stop bombing if all the hostages are released. Third, Israel has over 10,000 Palestinian hostages in their prisons right now. Are you also calling for those hostages to be released? Because it seems you aren't. It seems you're only calling for the 100 whatever hostages that Hamas has to be released. So now I might discuss with you longer if you're willing to say over 10,000 people that Israel's holding in their prisons as hostages, almost all of which had not been convicted in a fair court hearing, and almost all of which, sorry, not almost all of which, but some of which are children. Over 10,000 hostages Israel's holding in their prisons, and that's not counting the open-air prison of Gaza, of course. So there's another aspect. And number four, the Israeli military has a directive called the Hannibal Directive. I've covered it a lot, saying that when someone's taken hostage, kill the hostage takers, and kill anyone around. That's their directive. And they used it on October 7th, which is why so many of those killed on October 7th were killed by the IDF. Because their directive was just go murder everyone and anyone. Because the idea being that it's worse to have a hostage taken than it is to kill the hostage and the hostage takers and everyone around. That's the idea. Now, of course, it didn't work. They're still hostages. But and you can look it up. It's called the Hannibal Directive. Initially, it was only intended for if a soldier is taken. If a Israeli soldier is taken, then just kill the soldier and the hostage takers. But on October 7th and further, go up to now, it's being used for even civilian hostages. So that's how you blow up the entire argument that if Hamas released the hostages, it would all this bombing would end. Simply not true.